Something that I noticed that we kind of glossed over and I want to come back to is like Team Alias versus Team Shed.
Yeah, so, for sure. And real quick, I just want to say that this was our first match that we recorded, right? And these two teams just were both overflowing with personality. It made me feel sad knowing that one of the teams was going to lose. And
but
it really did.
I'm going to admit something behind the scenes. I was helping Nox decide which teams we should come up against each other, and based on the personalities of everybody, I thought Alias and Shed would kind of play off each other really well. And I know they had the really full, energetic personalities, so they'd bounce off each other really well, they'd play off each other, they'd really kind of gel well together, and we'd get a great episode, which is why we, one of the reasons we kind of put them on first. But also, outside of that, I knew that I didn't want to see both of them get knocked out in the second round, so because it meant that
in the first round, you mean?
Yeah, like in the first tier, like going through the semi-finals, I did want to see one of them go through. It didn't matter which one so much as like we had some of that energy, because they had such a great energy that I wanted to see some of that in the second round and just guarantee that. So in a way, like, we could have put them on separate teams, but I really wanted, I wanted to see some of it in the semi-finals, and that was kind of one of the reasons. There were many reasons about who we put on what team, but that was one of the reasons that Alias and Shed ended up going against each other, because we know that we'd have at least one of them, well, exactly one of them, going through to the next round. Incidentally,
before we started filming this season, we were actually discussing an option of seeding the teams based on a parkour challenge that they would have done during the intro videos that you guys saw about a week ago.
Yeah.
I'm still really addicted to that idea, but it would have given us less control over who matched up against each other, and we picked our teams for a variety of reasons, and there are some teams that just would have been less interesting to watch. And at the end of the day, it is a competition, but it's also a TV show. So we wanted to give people the feeling that they were watching a good match, but also that the people they were listening to were entertaining to be with each other as well. And sort of like bouncing off that idea of talking, you know, how these guys were. Think about the moods these teams were in when they were in the pyramid, right? Thinking they might get trapped. It is nerve-wracking. Favorite moment of the episode was when Alias was in there, and I think it was Anna, the one that was inside the pyramid at the time, I think, and she just says, "Calm down, Anna." She's talking to herself because she's just freaking out.
Blue green. Blue green.
Where? I'm coming.
Oh my gosh.
Blue green.
Okay.
A whole minute left.
All right. Blue red.
Blue red.
I should be calm. God damn it. Calm down.
Okay.
Anna. Calm down.
It's okay.
Okay, go black, blue, red. Do it again,
It's like, if you've ever been in any sort of competition before, that is the perfect example of how this is actually legitimately competitive, how badly these people want to win, even though they know it's just a game. They want to win because it's fun to play and it's fun to win, and people literally shake at their computers when they play in the game show because they know what's on the line, and that just, I don't know, that made me really smile, but it made me even more sad when they lost.
I don't think we've had one team that hasn't had at least one person, like after we stopped the cameras rolling, say, "Oh, I'm still shaking," after that. And look, to the team's credit, they both did really well. Like, you never know how badly or how well a team's going to perform until they actually come on, but both Team Alias and Team Shed really put up a good fight. And
and incidentally, really one thing I think we can talk about, since it's behind the scenes, let's be real, just edit it out if we can't, but we actually, when we recorded this, at this time in the show, we were still doing coin tosses to decide who goes first. I have something new now, but I can't show it yet because I don't want to spoil it. But we were doing coin tosses, and it was the blue team that won the coin toss, and they actually chose to go second, I believe, right? that the way that it worked? But
no, they went first.
No, they Nox switched him when he edited it. The yellow team actually went first,
that's right.
and then the blue team went after them, and ended up beating them. And he switched it because it felt more dramatic if he had the yellow team coming out losing. And he was only able to do that because there was no dialogue in it that was more like that sort of said which team had gone first. And it's just another interesting thing that we really didn't talk about, but you have to have that strategy going into it of what are we going to do? Are we going to get one diamond and bank it, assuming the other team might get locked in, or are we going to go balls to the wall and try to get every diamond we can and hope we don't get locked in?
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get one diamond and bank it. Like, people play it cautious in this game. The best strategy is just push it just a little bit, just really go out and risk it, and you got to risk it, otherwise you will lose, because people play it really cautious. Actually, now that you mentioned that we swapped the teams around, I remember something. My favorite moment from this episode was because it was swapped around and Team Shed went second. Right at the very last 20 seconds of the game, we had, I don't remember which blue team member, but whoever was doing the run was standing outside blue-yellow, screaming at his teammates to find
yellow-red.
30 seconds left. Are they gonna bank those 7 diamonds and leave?
Someone get the exit door ready. Yeah, blue, yellow.
Blue, yellow. Is that mine?
Is it blue, yellow? It was the exit door.
It's blue, green.
Blue, yellow. Blue, yellow.
What is it? Where is
blue,
it?
Yellow.
This could be close.
Where is it? I've got it.
Where is it?
David, it's on your side.
Got it. I'm out.
Oh, they got it. Oh.
and they were panicking, and for like 10 seconds we were like, oh my god, are they gonna lose it all right here? Because we knew that they had more diamonds, but yeah,
and it was because at
fantastic.
first didn't they almost decide to walk out too, but then they went to one more room, and that was what put them over the top.
Very possibly.
No,
very,
I just
very possibly.
remember the mood in the room was just so good. And then one other thing we didn't show during the episode, he might have added it in editing since I saw it. I don't know, but he did the little you got the money type of interchange here, where he was standing here and he took the diamonds back from the runner in the game. It was a pretty good little sequence. He did that with each team.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I think that's edited out. But there's lots of things that get cut for time.
No, I just ran back out here because I wanted to mention that this is where the other team sits while the team that's going is in their pyramid, so they legitimately have no clue what's going on. They stand out here and play around dancing with their help bot.
It's really difficult because, like, as a help bot, I can't talk in chat because that would ruin the camera's viewpoints during the episode, but I still have to kind of be funny and keep them entertained while they're out here. It's weird. Like, in moments like these when only one team plays the game at the time, for the first minute they'll talk about strategy, and then for the second and third minute or so they'll just kind of they'll just muck around. So at that point, like, when the game show contestants start to get a little bit antsy, I have to, I don't know, pull a cleaver out or do a backflip or something.
Is the cleaver still in this resource pack?
It's not. I can't think. Yeah,
I'll have to grab it.
Back when we were recording episode 5 and 6, there used to be a retextured iron sword that was a cleaver. It was great. No, it was the iron axe. Yeah.
I was just waiting for some bulldozer noises to come out of Landlord over there. It's funny because you're doing the thing that you do in minecarts where you just swing your arms all around all the time, and it looked really funny. Okay, one last thing I wanted to mention before we get out of here is the Job jokes, which always make an appearance, and sometimes people don't see them, but this one just I feel like Nox never actually reads the Job jokes before the episode because he wants to be surprised by him. So in this episode right here,
really doesn't. Yeah.
In this episode right here, I did this one here and says, I was on a cheerleading team in school. We used to make pyramids all the time. And it says, Blue Butt, he's our man. If he can't do it, I'll kick him in the can. And Nox was reading that and just laughing hysterically while we were counting down to go into the blue team's turn. And it was such a contrast because everybody was so nervous about filming this game and the results of our first episode, and Nox is just laughing like a little child. It was great.
Yeah, Noxite does not. Yeah, he just does not read the Job jokes until the actual night.
I mean, let's be real. Sometimes there was one episode, actually, I'll talk about it when we do that video, but there was one episode where I realized 30 seconds before we were going to start the game that I didn't have any Job jokes put in. And
which game was that one?
I don't want to spoil it. I'll
okay.
tell it later, but I ninja edited them right beforehand, and I managed to reference a joke to a stupid thing that Nox had just said like 2 minutes before that. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about now. And
yeah,
that was pretty good as well. But yeah, read the Job jokes, people. They're always in chat, and they make fun of Nox like at least 50% of the time. So it's always good to have them.
Job jokes get into the episode a little bit more than Helperbot jokes do.
No
Unfortunately,
kidding.
sad face.
Yeah, because I mean, most of the time you guys talk though is when we're like in between filming in the Decision Dome, and the Job jokes are always in the 10-second countdown, which they always show in the episode. So,
well, that's the reason that we write the jokes. So hopefully enough teams have kind of recorded their points of view. So if you want to see all the writing that myself and Noctis do for the Helperbots, please watch the contestants episodes. We put in a lot of work into those little. Well, I say a lot of work. We put in work to those jokes.
Work. There you go. So
Some
yeah, can you
quantifiable
guys think of anything else you want to hit?
No, I think that's pretty good. I mean, for a game that we've already kind of
This was the
done.
first music track that I made for the show.
There we
Pyramid.
yeah. Let's talk about your music while I have you on here. The very first one in
God,
season 1, right?
I made this track like even longer before the game show. This was
wow.
like 4 years. I was on Mixcraft long time ago. I was just starting to figure out how to make music, and we were just game show was coming up, and we didn't even know if we were gonna do our own music at that time. Actually, I had to actually convince Nox in the first place to actually do the. For me to make me music, because at that stage I wasn't actually that great at it. I am now. So.
Yeah, you've improved so much, and it's really easy to hear too. Really... Even like in the year and a half or so that I've been in the Noxcrew, like the stuff that you're doing for this season is especially good.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
Shoot them down. The chorus of that, man, has me grooving so hard. Well, I'll include a link to the game show music in the description here too. You guys should go check it out.
Yeah, I released that yesterday. Pre-order.
Yeah, if you...
there you go.
Very topical. Yeah. But Pyramid. Yeah, made that track.
Although to be fair, at this point it's going to be like a couple of weeks before this gets released anyway. Yeah.
Well, sure, but it's still interesting that it was yesterday. So, anyways, thanks a lot to Niall and Epic Landlord for coming on the show and talking about Pyramid.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. I will probably see you later for some more episodes, because these are always fun to do, and I always like talking like I know the most about the game show, which is not at all true, but makes me feel smart.
Well, hey, that's what acting is for, right? Yeah, I'm sure I will be inviting both of you back. So until next time, I've been Avondale. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Next season on the Noxcrew Game Show, the team of
Deep Sea Blue,
the team of
Forest
interior,
Lime.
The team of interior designers faces some issues when they play Pyramid.
Oh, that'd be beautiful
pretty
if
good.
they did that. Were you recording?